Okay, so here we have the unboxing of the Scarlett 2i2, which is the second generation 2-in/2-out USB audio interface. As you can see, it comes in a beautiful white and red box. It's got some information on the side there to tell you all about how wonderful the product is. I'll turn it over, have a good look around here. Trying to figure out how to open the box now without using any kind of tools. And, yeah, looks like it's a bit of a puzzle to open up, so we might just have to use a bit of brute force here. Oh, geez. Oh, let's try this on this side here. There's a little tab. That's interesting. Okay. Well, same thing on the other side. At least there's some symmetry involved in this this here making of the box. Let's just put a little bit of force into that there. There we go. There's hope. A little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. There we are. We're in. No tools required. This is great stuff. Okay, so we're going to open up the box. As in the unboxing, and there it is. There is the beautiful... There's a piece of paper with some stuff on it. Probably not too important. Here we have a nice shiny red USB cable with a nice shiny red twist tie to hold it all together, keep it all organized. And here we got a nice plastic wrap. I'm going to just carefully try and get that tape out of there. And we're going to open her up and show her to the world. And there's a little bag of something in there. Don't think it's drugs, so probably just going to throw that away too. There was something written on the inside of the box, actually, that I should mention. There's something about some free software that you can download. Not terribly applicable in my case because I'm running Linux. I'm running a Linux Mint 18, fresh install. So we're going to see how that pans out for us. A little bit more information is designed in England, but made in China. It's got some nice little rubber pads on the bottom so she won't slip around on you. And, yeah, it's shiny. It's red. It's got a nice brushed metal exterior, and the buttons and inputs look pretty solid, pretty skookum, I'd say. Not bad. Not a bad $200 Canadian. What I'm really interested in, though, is basically the overall performance and how well it handles sound and converts analog into digital and vice versa. So I'm going to plug her in and play around with it and see how good she is. Okay, so I've had a bit of time now to play around with the box, and the whole reason why I got the box in the first place was to enable me to easily do voiceovers for exactly these kinds of things. Not that I'm huge into unboxing or one of those kind of guys, but I was getting tired of mucking around with DI boxes and all kinds of 3.5mm adapter to this, that, and the other thing. So I just said, screw it, I might as well just buy a proper 2-channel box that I can plug a microphone or a couple of microphones into and give it some input, and it seems to be working pretty good. Like I mentioned before, I am using it on a Linux platform, so that kind of makes the bundled software that comes with it pretty much useless because it doesn't, in the box itself, it doesn't really mention whether or not it will work on Linux. So I'm not even going to bother with it. There's enough software out there in the Linux world to make this work for what I need to do. So basically what I'm using Audacity to do my recording, and then I'm going to use Blender to actually assemble the audio with the video at a future date. So it's kind of a I guess it's a two-system process that I'm attempting here, and admittedly this is the first time I'm doing this, so just bear with me if it's a little bumpy and brutal in the beginning. Actually, I've managed to patch in the unit into my B computer, which is a slower, older machine. And it's running. I just put a new version of Linux Mint. It's actually 18.1. It's basically a fresh totally fresh and clean install. So everything went pretty well. I had a little bit of difficulty trying to get signal from the box into the computer, but once I went into the control panel and enabled the Scarlett, we got her going pretty good. And then once I downloaded the Audacity and got a signal into it, then everything was pretty straightforward. So not a bad experience so far. So yes, out of the box and into the computer, into a Linux environment was pretty straightforward. So I'm happy with that. And that's really all I need. That's all I'm going to report for now. I'm using a fairly low quality handheld microphone, so the input side is not as good as it could be. That's for sure. But I think it sounds all right. It's not an 8kg 414 in a high end studio. I'm in the basement and there's all kinds of background noise, and I don't have a shock mount or anything like that for the microphone at this point. And so there you go. I'm just gonna wrap this up. I think it's a good product. The physical build is fairly good. Some of the buttons are a little bit plasticky, kind of cheapy, but I think I can probably drop this thing about 3 or 4 times before she's gonna croak on me. And I'm pretty sure this box is going to go. It's going to be a lot more mobile than your usual sort of studio setup, because we'll be transplanting this unit into many different places in many different conditions. So, but it's small and it doesn't, it's not overly weighty. It looks good. I don't know how weatherproof this thing's going to be, but we'll find out. And if anybody really cares, and do the old like or subscribe and drop a little thing in the something down there and ask me questions if you have any questions. And that's about it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.